Alright, here's Diagon Alley, build number 1. This is very similar to our entrance. I have glued down a bunch of bricks, and we have 2 panels, which is roughly 8 feet long. Just the start of the alleyway with all the shops. And so the boys are going to do a really fun project, and these bricks are way too clean and pretty. So we're going to take the hammers, and you guys are going to hammer up the foam, not too much, but just enough, okay? There you go. Make sure you get the corners and stuff. There you go. Try not to break the foam pieces off, but you can certainly smash them down, okay? There you go. That's okay. I'm going to bang them up a little bit before we hit them with the heat gun. Don't worry about ants. Yep, bang them up, but make them look old. Old and chipped. There you go. Okay, so we have hammered. Can't really see it because we're under a tree. It's a little shadowy, but we hammered and they did a really good job. It's all broken up and ready to be heat gunned. Here's this one.
Good, Mommy.
And they did some pretty good damage with it. So now what I'm going to ask them to do is fill up their water squirters. Okay. Then I am going to use the heat gun, and they're going to squirt the brick just like that. Go ahead, just the brick. Ronan, that brick too, good. And then I'm going to hit it with the heat gun, okay? So keep squirting. Well, it's going to kind of crumple the foam up and make it all crinkly, but where the water is, it's not going to do that because the water's cooling down the foam. Does that make sense? Yeah? Here, you'll see it in a second. Hang on. Let me get the heat gun. I'll show the hunters. I'm sure they know how to do this. Alright. Okay.
How does it do all in one spot?
I use Kai. Okay, so finish squirting. Okay. Now, I'm just going to hit it right here. And where it's not wet, it's going to crinkle it all up. You can kind of see it. It's making it all pockmarked. Okay, you got to stop squirting, Drakey. And then let him hit it. Let me hit it. There we go. See how it kind of pockmarks it up? See, it's kind of making a crackling sound. Very good. Okay, let's do this for the whole wall. We'll take turns. You squirt, and then I'll hit it with the gun. Hey hunters, so here's the next installment of Diagon Alley. So you see this very large pile of facades. We've got brick, we've got stone, we've just got some flat panels, and so one side is one color and the other side is going to be the brick or the gray color. And so I'm going to spray all this with my paint sprayer all at one time so I can get all that done. You can see the other half or the other side of some of these is already painted black, so the back side, you know, it's just black and it's not distracting or anything, and the wood's protected. But all this has to be sprayed a gray so that I can get the brick and the stones done for Diagon Alley. And so what I want to show you over here during this vlog is how I make the fake windows. So I'm going to have 4 windows up for the shops of Diagon Alley. And so I was trying to think of a way to make a fake window. I don't want to use real glass, obviously, because A, it's expensive, and B, it's dangerous with anyone close by. And these are props that people will be walking by. They're not going to be blocked off. So this is what I came up with. It's a wood frame, just using some old wood I had. The middle ones are foam pieces. It's painted all one color. And then the back is where I hot glued some page protectors. So 8.5 by 11 page protectors I cut in half. And you know, those plastic ones that you put like in a binder. So that's how I got the plastic that on there that looks like glass. And then I had to actually hot glue some cardboard onto the foam, because when you hot glue it just melts the foam. So the page protectors are hot glued to cardboard, which cardboard is glued to the foam to give me a surface. The wood is no problem, that hot glue's fine, but the foam won't. It'll just melt it and destroy it. So from the front it looks like a convincing window. Sorry about the light here. Let me move it out of the sun so you can actually see it. That's pretty convincing. I mean, it's rough, but that is a window. So I have one of these. This was kind of a pain in the butt to put together, so I'm only going to do one of these. And I'm going to do one, you can see I'm hot gluing the plastic onto this one. So this is going to be an open window. And then I've got 2 more over here, which has a divide in the middle. Then I'm going to hot glue the plastic behind that. And so this is all just recycled wood, scraps I had around. The paint was just recycled paint. And then the plastic, actually, the sheet protectors were one thing, but this plastic is actually from my husband's work. He has an art gallery, so he gets art in these plastic sheets, and they're just recycled, so I grabbed them and I can use them. They're the perfect size for this sort of thing. I actually have even bigger sheets that I'm going to do something else with. So this was cool. It didn't cost anything. And so very carefully hot gluing this onto the wood. When I put the plastic down on the hot glue, I just use this plastic handle of this serrated knife because this can get really hot, and I've already burned myself once on my pinky, so that was not fun. So I just use this and just kind of rub it along and, you know, let the glue set just for a little bit because I don't want to burn the plastic. And then when you put it down, I just use this to tap it down and get it, and as you can see, it's on there pretty good. It's not going to come off. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'll finish the windows up, paint the panels, and then I'll be pretty much done with Diagon Alley, other than the props that are inside the windows and such. So I will show you that probably in the next part. We'll see. Okay, here's my makeshift paint booth. It's got some tarp stapled up to these posts. I got all my paint and my sprayer, and I'm knocking out all these panels at once. I've got this little pile to go here with the brick, a couple other smooth panels, but as you can see, this is the only way to go, is this sprayer. I'm doing this light gray color on all these little strips. They're going to go in between the doors on Diagon Alley, and this is going to be the facade. It's on its side, but this one and this one that's not painted yet, it's going to be the leaky cauldron entrance, which I haven't talked about, but that's going to be on the street, which gets them into the leaky cauldron, which gets into the brick over here entrance for Diagon Alley. So I'm going to finish this up, and then that's going to just save me a bunch of time. This sprayer is great, but sometimes it's a pain in the butt because this little opening here gets clogged up with paint, so I got to periodically take it off and clean it up. And this is not a very good or a very large, I should say, container, so I do have to refill it quite often. But it's a heck of a lot faster than doing this by hand. So I'm going to knock this out and then we'll check in a little bit.